Oh, guys, what's going on? It's here. It's not 75K day, not yet, but it is 7.5K day. And this is the stream that I've been talking about for months and months. So, really appreciate you guys celebrating. So, Joey, thank you. MP, Richard, thank you guys. Very much appreciated. So, we're going to let everyone kind of filter in, and we will kind of then discuss how the stream's going to go, because we're going to make sure that we're going to give away cash today. $75 are going to go to 7 individuals. Very excited about that. But first, we're going to look at some bets. Take a look at some bets first. We're going to jump into this, but before we share the bets, obviously, guys, if you're an OG or DGen, hopefully you know this, but if you don't, or if you're new to the stream, thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, you guys, every day. Your support, subscribing to me, whether you're a channel member, obviously OGs and DGens, you have an extra special place in my heart. But just subscribing to the channel and following me is massive. I started this around 2.5 years ago. Never thought that I would get to this spot. And it's the greatest job that that it is, being a content creator, talking about sports, connecting with so many people, talking about sports betting, helping others make money, beating the books. And so, just thank you, really. You'll hear me say that a bunch, but I'm very grateful for all of you. Also, as a lifelong Dodgers fan, my boys were cooking last night. Oh, were they cooking? So let me pull this off over here. And obviously got a lot of thanks to share for everybody, and definitely want to make sure, just say, hey, Anthony, thank you, man. Great Dom, Skunky, especially guys like Great Dom and Skunky. A lot of you guys, Irish Elwin, Orty, appreciate it, Orty. Yeah, guys, need that profit boost, Jackie says. No doubt about that. We're going to have to take a look at the profit boost over at FanDuel. So we're going to start off, obviously, with the DGFAI slip generator, and we'll kind of reset. So as everyone starts to people start to filter into the live stream, we're going to I'll mention this before I'll mention it now. We'll mention this again. Looks like we got a 4-pick entry over on Prize Picks, which is interesting. Okay. A lot of League of Legends. This is an entire League of Legends play right here, which I find this is all going to be going on right now. So let me see if we click the one-click bet feature. This is copied. Okay, cool. We're going to throw this as a power play entry, guys. So we'll throw $10 on this one. Power play entry. Make sure that we grab this. Okay. And let me go ahead and copy this slip over. So what's it right here? Bingo. We're going to share this lineup. And this is going to be a 4-pick entry over here on Prize Picks. Aaron, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Irish, it's one game, but yeah, no doubt. Dodgers came to play. A lot of offense. The one game that I'm happy that I didn't bet an under. We only placed 2 bets yesterday on the live stream. Won one, lost one, made like $3.50. So, but yeah, worked out nonetheless. Okay, so for those of you that are coming in, obviously, I'm just so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. How this is going to work today is that we're going to announce 7 separate questions. There's going to be 7 questions. Honestly, I haven't really thought of any of them. They're just going to come off the top of my head. In order to be eligible to win, number 1, you have to have a Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. I'm paying out for those 3. If you don't have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, then I can't help you. Number 2, when I announce the question, I will announce it. You are mostly going to announce it via audio. So, if you're driving, pull off on the side of the road. But you have to do 2 things. You have to answer the question correctly, spell it correctly. That's the first thing. And you have to answer first. So whoever answers first but answers the question correctly, those 2 things, you will win $75. So if I asked you, and this isn't the question, this is just a practice. If I asked you, who's the baseball team that plays in Cincinnati? You have to make sure that you spell the word Reds correctly. If you don't spell the word Reds correctly, then you don't win. The person that answers the question correctly the first and spells it correctly, that's who wins the $75. Adam or Umar, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys. So, what's going on, Adam? 7.5K day, we're giving away $75 to 7 people. All right, so we're going to share some different slips. We just shared a 4-pick entry over there on Prize Picks. This is a 3-pick entry, which is pretty much the same League of Legends slip, guys. If you just want to run this as a 3-pick, totally fine with that. This is a brand new baseball hat that's absolutely killing my head. I got the right hat. I got the right size. It's just, sometimes these new era hats, man, they just I swear they're squeezing my skull. This is a 3-pick entry down here at the bottom for Dabble. Okay. So don't worry. So we're gonna appreciate that, Dr. Slips. What's going on? So as everyone filters in, we are going and also, guys, if you don't want to share your if you don't want to share your Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, I'm just gonna drop in my information right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this in. So if you want to hit me up on X or Twitter, okay, drop me a DM. It's okay, if you want to, there's X. What's going on, Edge Zone? So if you guys want to hit me up, that's on X. Email, okay? I got a couple. We could do. Okay, emails billy@oddsjam.com. Also, or it's going to be. Got a couple emails, as you guys have seen in the past. Feel free to email me or DM me, okay? If you want to say, hey, Billy, here's my Venmo, or here's my Cash App, okay? All right, so we're going to first start off. Let's see which one we want to go with today. Just a bunch of fun stuff. We're going to take a look at some other slips as we're going across. Here's a 2-pick entry. These are 2 different 2-pick entries. They really like these League of Legends plays. Okay. Okay, you have to name me. Okay, so for the first official giveaway, all right, I need to know, this is a little bit easier. Okay, I need to know who won the World Series in 2019. I don't need the full team name. Just tell me the team name. Who won the World Series in 2019? Just who won? Who was the champion in 2019? First person right now to answer correctly wins the first giveaway. So who won the World Series in 2019? If you can tell me who won the first World Series, you're going to win $75. Just answer in the chat, Elwin. Just answer in the chat. There we go. All right. Already gets it. Already gets it done. Already gets it done. Nats, Nationals. I'll accept it. I'm a little forgiving. All right, Orty, congratulations. Orty, just so you know, brother, you can't win again, but I appreciate you. So Orty takes the first one. First question goes, let me write down let me make sure I get this right, because I remember last time I didn't do this correctly, so there we go. All right, there's the first one. First answer is we got Orty. So Orty, just so you know, brother, don't answer another question because you're not going to be eligible to win again. I'm going to just write this down so that you have it. So just make sure, Orty, that you send me an email. And obviously, Orty, you're a longtime supporter, brother, so I appreciate you. There we go. So first question was who won, and Orty won, which was 2019. The Nationals won the World Series. And they actually won in Game 7 against the Astros. All right, El, when you do, listen. It's technically you do and you don't. So I'm gonna get a lot of flack here. If it's Nats, it's Nationals. I'll kind of say correctly. So I did, I did do that wrong. All right, I did do that wrong. So I won't. It should be Irish. I'm sorry, but I will give this one to Orty just because Orty has supported me for a long time as a channel member. So I do appreciate that, Orty. But you are correct, Elwin. I got to make sure I stick to my rules. Sometimes I say one thing and then do the other. I got to make sure I stick to it. All right, no more Orty that's it. Any more giveaways, got to make sure you have to spell the team name. So it's either been Nationals or Washington. Either one would have been fine. I got to make sure I stick to this because I want to make sure I keep all my subscribers and followers. Trying to look for this play. So we're just going to take like a 2 or 3 minute break, and then we'll run the next question. So everyone can kind of just relax for a second. We'll give away another slip here. Let's see what we got. And it's not bad to do this on a Wednesday just because there isn't a ton going on in the sports betting calendar. 2 different 3-pick entries. We got a Noon Boy. Really appreciate the membership, Orty. Thank you so much. That's awesome, dude. That's really, really kind of you. So if you guys don't know, if you're a channel member, it costs $1.99 a month to be a DGen or $4.99 a month to be an OG. So Orty just basically made just for his entire, if he subscribed to me for the entire year, he just made his money back plus an extra $15. So really appreciate that, Orty. Thank you, brother. All right, so yeah, making sure moving forward, you either have to say the team name, spell it the full team name correctly. No more abbreviations. I let one slide with Orty, but no more. Irish, you can, don't worry, Irish. Irish, I got you, brother. I see you. I knew I was going to mess this up. Welcome to the live stream, guys, where I'm messing it up. So if you can play this, I can't play these League of Legends plays, but I would love to play this as a 2-pick, but I can't simply do that because certain League of Legends plays is tough. Speaking of 2-picks here, again, with these League of Legends plays that we put out earlier, looks like we got some looks like we got some NBA preseason. Embiid, Cat, I don't know how you feel about it. I'm going to stay away from the NBA preseason prize picks plays. But again, guys, nice to see. We do have the preseason starting up. And so if you guys want that, go ahead and grab some. We have a lot going on, though, right now with League of Legends, which on Underdog, which really stinks because I can't do anything. There's so many slips right now. So many. We could do Maxey. We could do Thomas. We could do Jackie Young. I'm okay with maybe doing the Thomas and Jackie Young play. And under 26.5 points in rebounds. Okay, and then what we got? Who else do we got here? We got Jackie Young. Thrilling overtime game last night as the Aces take down the Fever. Okay, we're gonna ask the next giveaway question here within about a minute. I'm just seeing if I can top off this Underdog slip because I got nothing. Can't put anything together. How about Ibu? Can I do Ibu? No. Sometimes you can play. I don't know which ones are eligible and which ones aren't. I'm going to make a slightly different variation to this slip, guys, just so you know for this Underdog, because I want to get this in. And so we're just going to go over to the Larry model, and we're going to do this. Okay. We're going to hit this up as, let's do this one. All right, this is going to be a slight different variation, but here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The NBA picks, you have to go over, let me see. You have to go over to maybe NBA right here. That's Tuesday. Is it NBA preseason? Yeah, it's all the way at the end here. So all the way at the end, it's at the very last, the last section. You got to go all the way over like NBA, like NBA preseason next to the NHL. It's the last possible tab. So you got to scroll all the way over. This is where you can see everything. This is where you can see it all. All right, so let's come over to, I got DraftKings Pick 6 Optimizer loaded up here, guys. Not as much going on over there. Let me make sure I share this link with you guys. Let me drop this in here. Okay. Appreciate you already gifting away 10 memberships. Very, very kind of you. Very kind of you. All right, so for this next question, I have to know. I got to know, okay? This one's an easy one, okay? I need you to tell me the number. How many, right? So question 2. This is official. Question 2, guys and girls, get ready. Here's the next giveaway. Question 2 is, how many Super Bowls have the Denver Broncos won? How many have they won? Go. How many Super Bowls have the Broncos won? It's a number. I need to know that number. How many have they won? How many championships? First person to answer correctly wins $75. I'm looking for a number. How many? Dr. Slips. Dr. Slips gets it right. The Broncos have won 3 championships. Dr. Slips, congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Angie has any bets for my bookie? We'll take a look for that, Angie. We'll take a look. All right, so congratulations. Dr. Slips wins the next question. So appreciate that. Make sure Orty and Dr. Slips, 2 things. Make sure you email me or DM me with your Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Also, make sure that you don't answer any more of the trivia questions because you're only eligible to win 1. So, all right. Congratulations. The Broncos have won 3. So they won it in 98, 99, and 2016. There we go. There we go. It might be a little bit easier, guys. Obviously, we'll do some team names. We'll do some other things, but there we go. Okay. Speaking of, this is going to be a little bit, some of them are going to be a little easy. Some of them are going to be a little tougher. Some of these are just random. Okay. This one's going to be a fun one, if anyone can remember. So this is going to be the next trivia question that we're going to ask. I need to know the number. So you need to tell me the correct number in terms of the day of the month. What day of the month in terms of? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it. Let me rephrase this. I'm going to type this. I'll type this one out and then I'll also say it. I just created a underdog and a prize pick entry right now for DraftKings Pick 6. Not much going on. Not much going on, to be honest with you. All right, so we got Orty and Dr. Slips as the first winner. So for the third trivia question, I need to know, and I'll type this in the chat too. I want to say, how would I say this in terms of, so you don't need to tell me the exact, I just need to know the date. There it is. What date? Okay, so we need to know that. There we go. Okay, first person to answer this correctly wins $75. This is the third trivia question. What date is my birthday? Go. What date is my birthday? You got a 1 out of 31 chance of hitting this one. So what date is my birthday? It was recently, a couple weeks ago. No Anthony, no Joey, no Eric, no. Let's see, who else? Bingo, Chi-Town. Chi-Town wins it. September 24th. Congratulations, Chi-Town. Good guess, but yeah. Good guess. You guys had a 1 in 31 chance there, but it was the 24th. So Chi-Town, congratulations. That is correct. Make sure I just got it all. Yep. You were the first one to answer correctly, and it was the 24th. All right. So Orty, Dr. Slips of Chi-Town, all winners. Make sure that you guys Venmo or send me, your Venmo, Cash App, PayPal info, and just don't answer for any more trivia questions. Still got 4 more. So we're gonna kind of pause for a second, guys, and I'll make sure to we're gonna kind of keep going with just looking at some picks right now. We'll kind of pause. We got 4 more trivia questions though to go, so we'll definitely take a look. And give out some more here in a little bit. All right. So it is 7.5K day. Very, very thankful and grateful for all you guys for subbing, subscribing, comments in the past. Thoughtful comments. If you told me my video was trash, I still appreciate it. I like this Yamamoto play, but honestly, there isn't enough on parlay play here for me to really go. Well, 24. I mean, 24th. Listen, Irish. Brother. I know you're sorry. Irish. We'll talk because I do feel bad about the first one. I do feel bad about the first question because you did answer it fully correctly. So we'll talk, brother. But Irish, I also know you're one of my most loyal supporters, which I love and I appreciate so much. I also know you've made a couple dollars off of a pick or two of mine, though. But I will definitely get you taken care of because I do feel bad about that. MP, no worries, man. No worries. So we do these types of streams, guys. Typically, it's the easiest. I try to do a trivia style where it's a lot of fun. So I don't see enough on parlay play for me to get really excited. And if we're taking a look at, what else do we want to look at? Let's take a look at Owner's Box. Anyone that's using Owner's Box, 6-man entries are the best entries. I will officially announce, guys, the next 4th trivia question. We're not there yet. We're just going to take a break for just a couple of minutes. So for a 3-pick entry on Owner's Box, okay, so like Mookie Betts here under on his bases. It is minus 148 over on Pinnacle, so I would go with Mookie. I don't mind that at all. Again, if you want to go with some minimum data points here, we can go 2 or 3. Ken, yesterday on the stream, we hit 7,500 subs, but I wasn't set up yet, right? I couldn't find a little period to blow up to stick like right here. Couldn't figure out where to put the dot. So, so yesterday on the stream, we hit 7,500, but, I wanted to make it the official stream this morning, which was giving away cash. And it makes it a whole lot more fun on a Wednesday morning, I will say, to have this kind of stream. So, yeah, we hit it yesterday, but, it went really well. Chi-Town says, money goes back to me. It's here for the long haul. Oh, don't worry. Chi-Town, to be honest, Irish is here for the long haul, too. You guys have both, obviously, Chi-Town, I think you've been supporting me for a little bit longer. It's not a tit for tat, but, Irish has been, I know, for a while, too. So both of you guys are here, and I really appreciate it. So I just don't see enough right now, guys, on the optimizer to say that, to hit it up. You did hit the year. All right, so we're gonna kind of move on. We will go with the next one, which is this is a big one. So the next, as we're looking at some arbitrage plays, and if you guys don't know, another way, guys, if you're new to sports betting, using code Billy35, saving 35% off your first month, and getting a 1-week free trial to OddsJam. Definitely check this out, guys. We are here, right? NBA preseason is starting up. So that means the NBA regular season is right around the corner, which is the end of the month. October 1st is here. This is October and November, I would say, in my opinion, guys, maybe even December. Best 3 months in sports betting because the NBA comes back. And we have football, and we have some baseball, and then we got the NBA, and then college basketball. Really, the end of October is like going to be absolutely insane. So for my arbitrage filters, Pinnacles here is what I'm using. I'm using for pre-match. I'm using max 10%. And then we're going markets. We're doing main markets, player props. And then right here on the date range, which is today. So day trading these books. And over here looking at like Zach Littell, No Vig, Hard Rock. I understand that maybe some of you guys don't have Hard Rock. You could do Sports Zeno. You could also do this over on MGM, right? It's not going to be as great of an ARB over on MGM. But you could see that MGM was what, minus 145. You can come over here, minus 145. It's still a 2% ARB if you get this over at MGM. Click into the calculator. Just change the odds on the play. You're going to take the over on one book, the under on another book. You want to figure out how much money you can make? Well, the more money you wager, the more money you can make, right? Whether you change it to 100 on No Vig or you come over here on Hard Rock and change this to 200, right? The calculator is just going to automatically change this up for you. One of my favorite things to do with arbitrage is a scenario like this. Try to find the numbers where they're both round numbers, right? 200 here, 130 here, right? So what I love to do is just play around with the calculator. 125, I'd say, okay, maybe I would do 80. What if I just went to 120? I probably want to go 80 again. So you just try to toy around with this and say, oh, okay, 115 here, 75 here. I like that, right? Those are regular kind of numbers that you would see from casuals. All right, so the next question. Next trivia question, guys, as we are getting ready. This is just going to be a number question. So you just have to tell me the correct number. All right. I want to know trivia question number 4. Get ready. Here we go. The first person to tell me the correct number. How many championships have the Miami Heat won? Go. How many championships have the Miami Heat won? Heat championships. I need to know how many have won. Don't answer Chi-Town, Orty, or Dr. Slips. How many championships have the Miami Heat won? First person to answer correctly wins $75. Tyler's a winner. Tyler got it. Tyler Jones, congratulations, dude. They have won 3 championships. So, Tyler, appreciate you, brother. Elwin, you were right behind him, bro, but Tyler won, hit correctly. They have won 3. So Tyler, make sure to up here in the chat, you'll see my email. You'll see my Twitter. Either send me an email or DM me your Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. But the Heat have won 3 championships, 2006, 2012, 2013. Okay. So there we go. All right, so here we go. Bingo, bango, bongo. All right, so we're gonna run a slightly different style for the 5th giveaway, guys. This is always a fun one. Okay, so basically, we're gonna take a look at an NFL play here. So we're just gonna give it a second here, guys. I'm just gonna take a look at this Thursday night football game, and we're gonna take a look at. See where this Niners-Rams game. Oh, this Niners-Rams game is at a great. This is a great number here. It was very very fast. Okay, all right. So I like this. This is an interesting one here. Okay, so there's going to be basically one winner out of this next one. Okay, so. All you need to do for giveaway number 5, is I want you to, the first person to write the team names down is going to be eligible for giveaway number 5. So I want you to think who's going to win the football game with the spread. Are the 49ers going to cover the spread or the Rams? Okay. 49ers or Rams, the first person to either say 49ers or Rams, both people, there's going to be 2 people eligible for this. Who covers the spread in this game Thursday night? 49ers or the Rams? I need to know right now, go 49ers or Rams. Who covers the spread? Let me know. So, who covers the spread, 49ers or Rams? Let me know in the chat. All right, so we got Ian. Ian's the first one, Ian and Ken. All right, Ian and Ken. So Ian or Ken. Just so you know, Ian, you are on the Rams -6.5. Okay, I'll make sure I write this down. You are on the Rams -6.5. Ken, you are on the Niners +6.5. One of you is going to win. So whichever team covers the spread, you will win, right? So this is going to be a Thursday night game. So this isn't an immediate giveaway. Ian, you have the Rams at -6.5. Ken, you got the Niners at +6.5. Whoever wins, wins the giveaway, right? Whoever's team covers the spread. So now you're not rooting for me, you're rooting for the 49ers or the Rams. So let me make sure I get this down right here. But congrats on Ian. Bryce, you were very close. And then Ken. I'm just taking some screenshots here so I have it. But you guys were the first 2 to type the team names correctly. So one team's going to be on the Niners, one guy's on the Rams, and whoever covers the spread is going to win giveaway number 5. So there we go. All right, let's take a look at the EV tool. We'll take a break for the other 2 giveaways because we're only halfway through the stream, and I want to make sure that we kind of save the last 2 giveaways. Right? I want to make sure of that. All right, so let's take a look over here on some filters. And we can look at some pitcher strikeouts today too. If it's a Wednesday, I like looking at NFL and college football, money lines and spreads. Again, guys, there's a very high chance, a very high likelihood that when I hit 10,000 subscribers, we're going to run a very similar giveaway. I've done this for the 5,000 subscribers, 7,500 subs, and 10,000 subs. We'll probably run similar giveaways, but it'll be a lot of fun. That's all good. It's all good, Bryce. No, on my screen, just so you know, Bryce, no problem. Just to kind of give you, to let you know, this was after Irish said Pirates and the Steelers. This is how I see it on my screen. So I'll throw this up here so you guys can kind of check this out. But yeah, basically I got Ian pumped this in first with Rams. You came up, and then I saw Ken next, and then I saw Richard after that with the 49ers. So that's how it appeared on my chat right now, just so you know. But, you guys are both submitting it at the same time. So don't worry about it. But make sure that I make sure that I award the correct one. So hopefully one of you guys, obviously I'd rather be on the minus 6.5 on the Niners than the plus 6.5. But I think it's going to be a really good game. Really good game. So I want to take a look at some pitcher strikeouts, I guess, first. There's not a lot of pitchers, obviously, throwing in these games. Eight pitchers to be exact. But I'm just kind of curious to see, do we have any EV for Major League Baseball for pitcher strikeouts? I would prefer, other than really the Dodgers and the Reds game, every other game was very low scoring. And so I'm not quite sure, as we'll go, maybe a minus 200. Holy smokes, okay. There we go. And let's go like to a plus 150. We'll have all the sports books selected, date ranges for today. Do we have anything? All right, so we got Tanner Bybee over 5.5. Oh, this is over on Bovada. Casey Mize on the under. I'd obviously prefer to kind of take the overs. This is 22 cents off to Bookmaker, 25 cents off to FanDuel. This is also, well, this was good. Do you see how quickly Bovada just changed their odds? So this is going to be still really solid over on Hard Rock. Outside of Hard Rock, it doesn't look like there isn't much. Again, guys, we'll pause for a few minutes. I'll announce the 6th giveaway and when we're going to run it. So this is still really good over at Hard Rock, but now this is Hard Rock specific. Bovada just literally clamped up. Then we got Casey Mize. Interesting. This is the opposite over here at Pinnacle. FanDuel and Bookmaker are kind of aligned here. Richard, you want a 3-man on Splash last night? Dude, that's incredible. Skunky says he'll take the Rams money line. Yeah, Skunky, we might have to do, we can do a score one, Skunky. I'm cool with that. We'll figure, we might do one. We might do, yeah, maybe we won't do the Rams one, but maybe we'll do a different game for sure. Which we could have a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun. Which I like that. I like that. So the only thing is that I got to... The only thing, Skunky, with predicting the score correctly is like, I got to like take a massive screenshot of everybody. Because then basically everyone's going to be eligible, which is cool. And sometimes I like to have a nice closed loop on this. But we might be able to have, we'll do something for that because I do like that. And then if you guys, hopefully one of you guys will be eligible because it's a lot of fun that way. All right, so Casey Mize over on Pinnacle. If this is available on Bet Openly, which it is, I'm kind of interested in this. Let me see, though. All right, maybe not interested anymore. Again, guys, line movement when it comes to player props is really big. So looking at Casey Mize over 4.5 strikeouts, 24 minutes ago, Pinnacle went from like a minus 123 to plus 123. So Pinnacle's moved a lot in a short amount of time. And so I would probably rather go after DraftKings on this play because there's such a massive movement from a sharp sports book in a short amount of time. I would rather have that. Ken, DK has a boost on home runs for the wild card series. FanDuel's got a no sweat boost. Yeah, we got to take a look at that. And then Angie asked about my bookie. And to my knowledge, I'm almost positive that we aren't. OGM still hasn't added them back into the mix. If I look at the excluded books, yeah, they're available. In terms of they're on my screen here, they're available, but I haven't seen anything pop up for them yet. So I would be totally fine. Can I get this over on Onyx? Can't get this on Onyx. This is a DraftKings play only. Betting this over on DraftKings, Casey Mize under 4.5 strikeouts. I'm okay with this, even though because of it. Because of Pinnacle's movement, I'm okay with betting that under. We talked about Bybee. I like that. And then I wouldn't mess around with any of these plays down here. Just too low. So let's take a look at some home run props. And speaking of home run props, I also want to take a look at Ballpark Pal. Where's it at? Let me pull this up really quick. Let me log in. We're going to come over here, and we're going to look at some home run props. I got to plug in my email. I got to get a code first. Interesting stat that they said last night, guys. If I was watching the Dodgers game, because obviously, I'm a diehard, lifelong fan, is that Dodger Stadium's given up the most home runs over the last 3 years in the evening. Night games, guys, a lot of home runs given up in Dodger Stadium, which I thought was really interesting. 389, and probably most of you guys have known that. Writing down the code here, Ballpark Pal. Yeah, we can authorize this. This is cool. Again, it's a new device, so that's why. So we're looking over here for the wild card round. In terms of hitting conditions, Dodger Stadium is the best one. Plus 13%. So, again, Progressive Field, Wrigley Field, Yankee Stadium, it can happen. Obviously, Wrigley Field yesterday, we had back-to-back home runs. Yankee Stadium, we had one home run, at least one home run hit. I can't remember if the Red Sox hit one or not. So there's going to be some opportunities to hit some home runs, right? So we can look at maybe some minimum filters of plus 100. We can go max filters of plus 600. We can leave that open, and we can go to Pinnacle. We can go to Additive. We can go to Baseball, and then we're just going to click off of this, and we're going to come over here to home runs. And we're going to look at player home runs. MP, which book is sharper? Yeah, Dr. Slips, I take Venmo. I do take Venmo, Dr. Slips, no doubt about that. Let me take a look to see. So I think both are very sharp, but I trust more betting into anytime touchdown scores and to player home runs. I like betting. I like using Pinnacle as my sharp. Circa's very, very sharp. I would say Circa is great to use as your sharp book when college football and NFL lines first open up. I like using them quite a bit. When it comes to like when, on like today or really like on maybe like a Monday, maybe Pinnacle hasn't set their lines yet for, Pinnacle hasn't set their lines for like NFL or college football. That's where I would use Circa. So nothing wrong with Circa. Let's look at this Guardians-Tigers game. There is player props available. Is there any home runs? So they have home runs for this Tigers game. Do they have home runs for the Cubs game? And the answer is they do. They do. So Pinnacle has odds for these. There's nothing much that they see that they really like. What if we went to OddsJam's book weights? I don't want to force one here, guys, but naturally, if you have a boost, it would be great to use. Okay, so Max Muncy, again, this is the Pinnacle, though. They're offering the best. If you want to throw this on FanDuel, I'm cool with it. Teoscar, obviously, he went deep twice yesterday. Not very good price to Pinnacle. So the answer here, guys, is there isn't really much EV off of Pinnacle to say that there's a play that I really like. So I'm fine with throwing the boost on Muncy or Teoscar. A couple things that you want to remember, guys. Max Muncy and Kike Hernandez for the Dodgers are really crazy, incredible hitters in the postseason. In the postseason, especially Kike Hernandez, dude batted like 209 this regular season, and he's just a great hitter when it comes to the postseason. So I'm going to log in over at FanDuel here. And again, this is going to be a very EV play no matter how you slice and dice it. So you come over here on FanDuel, and the profit boost, let's look at the promos. 50% profit boost on any wager. And that's how I'm going to take it, right? You could do a no-sweat token, $5 or longer, or you could do a $10, we'll get the profit boost for $50. So I can come over here, I can come down and say, we know that Dodger Stadium has the best in terms of looking at, the odds. Muncy's at plus 265, and if a 50% boost would make this, plus 398, right? If you wanted to put this on Teoscar Hernandez, can't run the SGP. This is going to make Teoscar at plus 465. So you can really put this on whoever you want, guys. This 50% boost is so good, you can grab. It's going to be very EV. That's kind of the beautiful thing here. If you don't think that Ohtani or Hernandez can homer again, I'm going to go with a little bit of a longer shot play with Max Muncy, and I'm just going to go for this for $10, right? And this is how I'm going to throw my boost on it. But really, any player that you want, you could go. I would prefer to have one of the hitters in the Reds or Dodgers game for sure, because it's a very, very EV play. Okay, very, very EV play. It's already EV to Pinnacle, but obviously we're getting this at a really good boost at plus 398. So it's a slightly more EV edge, slightly more. And so I'll throw this in the odds boost. Okay. Okay, so yeah, MP, and listen, I don't mind if you want to go the over on Mize, right? I don't mind that. The only biggest reason why I would take Mize is under, because before I saw Pinnacle's movement, I liked the fact that FanDuel and Bookmaker both were aligned on their odds, and Pinnacle's way off, and I would rather bet that at Pinnacle. But because Pinnacle's moved a lot, that would be the biggest reason why I like betting the under. But listen, it's a good line, obviously, and he's probably going to land at either 4 or 5, most likely. I tend to lean on the side of the overs in playoff baseball. Pitchers have the upper hand, especially guys game 1 of a series like yesterday. Other than the Dodgers game, very low-scoring games. All the aces are pitching. You got the best of the best going out there. So normally that breeds it's going to be an unders type of game. And I think that Mize line is going to move a lot. No doubt about that. Garrett, good morning to you, brother. So again, guys, really appreciate the fact that you guys have supported me. Means a lot. We're going to look at some mainline plays. We'll look at some Major League Baseball player props right now. Let's see if we got any main markets player props today for Major League Baseball. Let's go at a minus 200. And let's go to a plus 150. We still have 2 more giveaways to run, so you're not too late to the giveaway selection, what we have going on. So let's look at this. We'll devig to penny, and we'll use worst case. We'll take a look. All right, so speaking of this Casey Mize play, we've talked about this. This moved a ton, and hopefully, this is at minus 126, minus 125 on FanDuel. We talked that Pinnacle's taking $2,000 on this play. And you can get the under 4.5 over at Bet Rivers or on Desert Diamond. If you're looking to put together a underdog slip, check this out over here. You have that opportunity over here on Mookie Betts. Dylan Cease under 3.5 hits allowed. This is a bookmaker play. Pinnacle's taking $3K. And another thing that I love about this, guys, look at this. Pinnacle within the last 40 minutes dropped off a cliff. Minus 104. They're now at minus 137. So I'm going to log in over on Bookmaker, and I'm going to place this bet. Over here on Bookmaker. All right, so we're going to run for this 6th giveaway. This is going to be a slightly different one. I appreciate Skunky giving me that idea. Again, guys, there's no real rhyme or reason to this. Irish, make sure you send me a DM after this stream. Irish specifically, if you're listening, brother. We gotta have a quick chat, dude. It kind of stinks. I only got $50 in my Bookmaker account, but we're gonna hit this play up for Dylan Cease under 3.5 hits allowed over on Bookmaker. I can't share Bookmaker over here anymore, guys, because of what's going on. Bookmaker for me is only taking $272, so I'm gonna put the full $50 that I have on this play. And there we go. Looks like I moved the price by 1 cent over here. But we're going to grab this for $50 because that's all the money that I have in my Bookmaker account. Dylan Cease under 3.5 hits allowed. You can see it's now minus 110. That's because I did it. That's because Bookmaker's price just moved because I made the bet. But there we are. Rodon. So got to be careful with pitcher outs here, guys. This is one that normally I would really like over on Bookmaker or Bet Online, excuse me. The problem here is that here's the only problem with pitcher outs is that they're either going to have an incredibly long leash or a short leash, right? I should say that wrong. I said that wrong. It's an incredibly short leash where, he might get yanked early. It looks to be a really good play, though. So take a look at that. Who's got the best bonus options with least rollover? Yeah. So these pitcher outs you got to be careful with because these guys can get the hook really quickly. Yamamoto under 6.5. Oh, man. No, I don't want to touch with that. FanDuel, Pinnacle's the same. Bookmaker's the same. I guess plus 123 is not bad over on Bet Rivers, right? So this is something else, guys, that we could do if we wanted to. We could take the under on Mize. I could run a little parlay here, right? I could say, hey, let's take the under on Mize. Let's take the under on Yamamoto, right? And I could throw this over on Bet Rivers, create a little two-leg parlay, and, you could hit this up. You could see when I click on this purple dollar sign, I think I got to refresh the page. Here we go. Here it is, right? So you could do this here where you could see the best. You're going to get paid out the most over on Bet Rivers compared to anywhere else. Bookmaker definitely has a good promo. Yeah, the rollover is it's not too bad over there. I can't remember what they have going on. Let me look at their promotions. They got a refer a friend program too, which is pretty good. Bookmaker runs some good stuff. Some very good stuff. All right, guys. So all I'm going to do right now is I could probably hit this up on Ballybet, but I'm just going to log into Bet Rivers on my phone. And I'm just going to run this two-leg parlay. So we're going to run Casey Mize under 4.5 strikeouts. We're going to grab some unders. Maybe against my better judgment. Waiting for the app to load up here. But I was going to throw a little $100 over on this play. And just grab this over here. Got some boost, by the way, guys. You can get some really good boost from certain books. So I'm just going to cook this one up again. It's against my better judgment. There's a couple things that I don't like about this, which is number one, there's it's crazy that baseball's not there yet. Is that the Tigers normally strike out quite a bit. There we go, Tigers and the Guardians, and then we have the Tigers strike out quite a bit. And I would prefer to be, it's actually minus 114, which is actually better than the minus 118. And then the other thing is that, we're betting unders. So the Reds might strike out a lot. So I'm hoping that Yamamoto goes on his unders. I'm hoping that the Reds have a good day. They put the ball in play, which I don't like seeing. Yamamoto's a beast. So we're getting two good plays here that I'm really excited about. So just waiting for my slip to pull up here. But we're going to throw $100 on this over on Bet Rivers. There we go. Click the add to parlay button, and that's how we can add our parlays. Let's do a quick refresh here to see what we have. Yeah, move to minus 114. This play's all over. This is all over. Bookmakers now moved up to minus 147, which I like to see that. All right, so we're going to grab those two right there. Otherwise, guys, what else do we got? We got this Dylan Cease play that we just bet that's at now minus 111 on Bookmaker. So people are moving the market a little bit there. It's fine on Bookmaker. You can grab it on Fliff as well. And what else do we got? Zach Littell. If I had money over at Bookmaker, I probably want to hit this one up as well. Only $500, but still, I don't mind it. Again, this is pretty good over on No Vig at minus 143. Only $10 liquidity, but I really like that as well. All right, let's take a look at some. We're going to get ready for our sixth giveaway. The sixth giveaway here, guys. Celebrating 7.5K Day. Just a massive thank you to all of you that support me. Cannot thank you guys enough. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great ride. The next big number is 10K. Not quite sure what we're going to do when we hit 10K. We're going to hit it. The goal is to hit it by the end of this year. But don't know. But, obviously, guys, I only want you guys subscribing to me if you find value in the plays, in the picks. Let's look at some football settings here. So let's look first at college football. Let's de-vig this to Bookmaker because they take a little bit more money than others. And then the date range is going to be custom. We're going to go from a Thursday. Let's go, since we're looking at college football, let's go Thursday to Saturday and make sure that we're selected on main markets. And let's take a look. What do we got showing up here? All right, so we talked about this Nevada play. It looks pretty decent. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Christian. Appreciate that, Angie. Christian, is Kalshi sharp and works like NoVig and ProfitX? Yeah, they're a trade predictions market. So I know that NoVig is making a really big push to try to secure a license to become a trade predictions market. It's the same thing. But right now, the CFTC is in good graces with Kalshi. Might be some little politics behind that. But yes, I would say if you see 10K out there on Kalshi for a player prop, I would definitely tread softly. Definitely tread softly. I don't know why my Bet Rivers app is just So slow. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, we got this. We're going to grab this right here, and I'm just going to throw $100 on this. And I finally got the play. Locked it in. Okay, we're in on that Yamamoto Casey Mize play. So I'm happy on that. Okay, we got that in over at Bet Rivers. Okay, so we know that today, but it's a good question to ask. MLB, let's look at the schedule today. The first game, it's the same schedule as yesterday. All right, so this is going to be, guys, a different giveaway here, okay? So there's going to be, there's not going to be a right or wrong answer, and there's going to be a lot of variations. So I'm going to have to take a massive screenshot of all of these. Skunky, this is a very good idea. So everyone's going to be eligible for this, okay? So there's going to be a lot of options here, guys. There isn't a right or wrong answer, but we're going to do it for the first game today because everyone wants it now. So for the Guardians and the Tigers, the first person in the chat to tell me the correct score, I need to know the correct score of the game. Tell me the correct score of the Tigers-Guardians game. The first person to get the correct score right wins the $75, okay? So is it a 4-1 ball game? Is it 1-0? Is it 10-1, right? First person to get it right, okay? And if it's a crazy game, like 14-4, then I will take your combined score. The closest one to that closest total will win the giveaway. So there isn't a right or wrong, but if everyone answers 3-1, remember, if everyone answers 3-1, you don't have to tell me the winner. I just need to know the correct score. Okay. Tiebreaker, if we have to do it that way, that's fine. But if you just got the score correct, I'm fine with it. Right. So there's going to be a lot of different options, right, in terms of what's going on. So I'm going to wait for everyone to answer. And then I'm just going to take a massive screenshot of this. Okay. And we're just going to do it this way because there's a lot of options. Skunky, I listened to you, bro. There's a lot of options here, right? Could be a 15-1 game. It could be a 9-7 game. There's like a lot of options. So everyone's basically going to be eligible for this one. Tigers, Guardians, I need to know the correct score. If you answered 3-1 and you answered 3-1 first, then you're going to be the first eligible winner. Okay. So obviously, guys, only one submission. Submit one time. Irish, don't give me 5 answers. Okay. I know there's no angles here. You get one submission, guys. All right. So one submission is one pick is your pick. That's your pick. But there we go. We'll do that. So if you guys want, no problem, John. Yeah, if someone has your score, I mean, honestly, guys, then just pick a different one, right? Like if you saw it was a 10-5 game yesterday with the Reds and the Dodgers, it's a probably high likelihood it's going to be in the Cubs game or the Guardians game yesterday, 3-1, 2-1. But again, yeah, just don't hesitate to do that. So you don't have to necessarily have the correct team name. And because I said just the first score, I'm going to make sure that I honor the person. If it is a 3-1 game, then that means that Skunky, you would be the first person eligible to win. But if it's 7-3, Chi-Town, you can't get it again, brother. Unfortunately, you can only win the giveaway one time. But some different people in there. Andrew got 5-2. So right, just think of some different numbers there, guys. Everyone's going to have a chance to win. And we'll make sure that you grab my information. Again, if you missed my information, to DM me or email me for the giveaway, then we will, I'll be on streaming tomorrow again, and we'll hit those up. So I'll give everyone some time to answer. I'll give it another minute, guys, if you want to answer if you haven't answered, and then we're going to move on to the seventh and final trivia question, which I really appreciate. So we're looking at some college football plays right now. Colorado State 4CX plus 5.5. Again, Pinnacle's taking $3K on this. Anything that Pinnacle's taken, I would argue that bookmakers probably taking a larger wager size. I've talked about this on streams, guys. The reason I use bookmaker as my sharp for college football is because they take more money on plays than Pinnacle does. So it's a very high likelihood that if you see Pinnacle taking $3K, we know the bookmaker takes a higher amount. Let's see. There it is. So in this game right now at plus 5.5, yeah, bookmaker takes almost $11,000 on this Colorado State play. Pinnacle's at $3K, bookmakers at $10,800. So because they're taking so much more on this play, then there we go. So, all right, everyone's getting in their answers, which I love that. Love that. Let me make sure I get a couple different screenshots in here. There are definitely some key numbers with baseball when it comes to this, but there we go. +6 earlier. Yeah, Irish. I love to hear that with Edge Zone. And by the way, guys, I'm talking about some different plays and different discords that I truly, truly love. One of the best ones here, one of my favorites, is over here with Edge Zone, right? We talked about Edge Zone before, which is one of my favorite types of new discords that's out there. And what you're going to notice here is over here on Edge Zone, this Tulsa play. Tulsa plus 21.5 over at Hard Rock. What you're going to notice here, let me make myself just a little bit smaller, is that Tulsa at plus 21.5, what you're going to see here is Pinnacle, right? They're pinging a bunch up here at -137. You can see they're at -138. They made a small movement, but you can see the liquidity. The liquidity was at $2,500. The liquidity just moved up, and it's all the way up there. Orty, yeah, I mean, I've had a good time with Edge Zone. It's been a great time. They have a lot of good contributors, but they just also, so you're going to see a lot of different plays, right? You can search by sportsbook here, guys. If you want to see plays for FanDuels, if I come all the way here to the bottom, right, the top play right now is over 58.5, Colorado TCU, right, where you could see the Pinnacle was at -122. All of a sudden now, Pinnacle went all the way down to -133. So Pinnacle moved 11 cents. We would want to go bet this over at FanDuel because FanDuel's offering this over 58.5 at -114. They're saying that this is a 2% EV edge. You can search by sportsbook. Same thing here, guys, with player props. You want to see certain player props over 2.5 earned runs on Littell. They're saying this is a great play on Fanatics right now. You can search by particular sportsbook. There's a lot going on. They got the DFS zone. They got a lot of good stuff going on. Also, their edge matrix, right? I'm giving away some plays. Top play today, Yamamoto under 6.5 Ks. They got this at +110 odds earlier. Old Billy Boy just bet this over on Bet Rivers. And what was it, right? Similar price, maybe a little worse. But Edge Zone's on this play. Their Edge Matrix tells you what to play. Their Edge Matrix tells you to play this to -100 odds. Anything that's worse than -100, they say, don't bet this. They tell you the book that you should go bet this on, Bet Online. And they tell you how much to wager, which is a half of a unit or 0.45. So the beautiful thing here with the Edge Zone, guys, they have some different options here. I would highly advise to check them out. This is where you're going to find out Arbologist, Arb Father, right? Different plays. The top play that maybe Arb Father is on. He's streaming in a couple of minutes. This was a couple of days ago. But definitely a really solid Discord that I'm a huge fan of. And so you guys definitely want to check that out because I really like it. And if you guys want to try it, guys, I will throw this here in the chat. Couple different ones that they have, but I'll throw in the Matrix one because it's really nice. The Matrix one just tells you what to do. You could use the link right here. It does give me a kickback, guys. If you do sign up or try Edge Zone, I do receive a kickback from the guys with Arbologist and Arb Father, but check them out if you want to. So that's the Matrix plan. If you guys want the basic plan that Irish was talking about, Matrix plan is, I think, $197 a month. The basic plan is $97 a month. You can check out the second link is the basic plan, which is $97 a month. It's still really solid. Highly check it out. See if you like it. And again, guys, this is a really good time. We're getting into the best times of the sports betting calendar. September was good. October is only going to be better. So we have one more giveaway to run. No more. We're all finished with 6. If you didn't get your score in, it's too late now for the 6th giveaway. For those of you that got your score in, good luck. Hopefully we have a crazy one. Maybe, for Andrew, it'll be a 6-4 game. Maybe for Under Pressure, it might be it could be a 5-3 game, 5-1 for John. We'll see. But yeah, it's going to be just one guess each for everybody. Okay. So, I'm trying to think what we want to do for the final giveaway here. What do we want to do? I just don't want to pick a random member because I got a lot of great guys. I want to make sure it's eligible for everybody. Appreciate that, Sal. Thanks, man. 2.5 sets for tennis. I've been getting a lot of plus minus EV edges on them and ROI. So, Sal, here's the only thing that I'll say at this time of the year for tennis. Okay, this is kind of I'm going to provide you with a choose your own adventure. We know that Pinnacle, or in my opinion, Pinnacle is goated. We're going to look at some NFL plays at the moment here. Pinnacle's goated for pre-match tennis, right? But at this time of the year, there aren't any major tennis tournaments going on anymore. So the problem is that for tennis, we're typically betting on some probably smaller tennis tournaments. So just understand that you might get limited a little bit quicker on certain sports books because you are betting on, like, I don't know, the Louisville Open or whatever Open's going. Because a lot of these tournaments now, it's not the U.S. Open, it's not Wimbledon. So if you want to bet on some of these smaller tennis tournaments, or if you're betting on tennis players that are lower, smaller tier names, lower tier name guys, be careful there. Also, be careful on some of these smaller tennis tournaments because Pinnacle might only be taking, $250, which isn't a lot, right? Not a lot at all. So just be careful there. We bet this under 50.5. This has been out there for a while. That doesn't really warm my heart to see that DraftKings is still at minus 110. But guys, this has been out here for since I was in Pennsylvania. The under 50.5, we bet this over at Onyx. And we moved the market a bit, but I still think it's a good play, especially compared to Pinnacle. I'm good with that. We took the Patriots yesterday at plus 7.5. Looks like it moved 2 cents against us. We're on the Patriots. We're over here. Yeah, the Goshen Invitational. No offense to those guys. It's just that, compared to the NFL, so that's kind of how sometimes you can get limited. I think you can have incredible success betting on those tennis markets. The problem is not many casual sports bettors are betting those types of tournaments. Now, if you're betting into NoVig and ProfitX or Kalshi or Polymarket, bet openly, doesn't matter, right? I'm totally cool. That's fine. Have a great, bet your tennis plays using Pinnacle as your sharp, betting into the exchanges. But if you're betting into like Fanatics or Hard Rock or, Bet Rivers, the books that we really care a lot about that are really easy to make money on, that could be an easier way for you to get limited on those accounts, right? Browns at plus 3.5 over at Kalshi for $22. You guys better run over there and beat me to the punch because I'm grabbing this over on Kalshi. This is silly. It's a very good number to have, and there's only $22. So we just got to come over here, type in, if I could type in Browns correctly, that'd be great. Minnesota at Cleveland. And I do use Kalshi, guys. Plus 3.5. Minnesota wins by 3.5. No, they don't, which means I would think that I would have the Browns at plus 3.5. That's what I'm thinking, or do I got to take this on the other side? That's what I believe it to be, right? Plus 3.5. This is what I hate on Kalshi, dude. I thought I screwed this up last time. I don't think I did. Unless it's, oh, never mind. Cleveland. No, well, we don't want Cleveland wins by over 3.5 points. No. So I'm pretty sure this is it. Dude, I don't even want to bet this now because Minnesota wins by over 3.5 points. No. Which I guess that means, I'm on the Browns, right? Because no is 48 cents. But that's slightly worse odds. At my, yeah, I got to spend a little more time making sure I get these Kalshi plays correctly. Because I believe that would be the correct play. But good to know that, Ordy. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. So we got some different options. So obviously, for those of you like Ordy, Dr. Slip, Chi-Town, Tyler, make sure that you DM me instantly, after this stream so I can get you paid. Ordy, I think I have your contact information. Chi-Town, I'm pretty sure the same. We're on Twitter so I can talk to you. For Ian Van Winkle and Ken Davis. Obviously, Ken, you are on the Rams at plus 6.5. And Ian, you're on the 49ers. So once that game concludes on Friday or Thursday night, you'll get paid. One of you will get paid, or make sure you both you DM me. Then for the 6th giveaway, guys, we have just a random baseball score. Whoever guesses the correct score right is the winner. So for the 7th and final giveaway, not sure what we want to do here for it. Okay. Let me think. We'll do another random trivia one. We'll do one that's Pittsburgh related. This one's going to be biased. I'm going to be biased on this one. Okay. There's 2 answers that you can pick here, but only one answer is the answer that I actually believe. Okay. So this is a Pittsburgh-based question, and this is going to be based on what age you are. So I do apologize if you're older than me. I'm 37. If you're older than me, this will probably be an answer. You probably won't have a chance at this. So this is for the younger guys. Okay. So Irish, I love you, bro. Irish is already answering. Okay. So only you have to spell his name correctly. And either one. There's 2 answers. You don't have to spell it. So there's 2 really, in Pittsburgh, we have 2 famous rappers. Tell me one. Tell me which one you think is my famous Pittsburgh rapper. Who's my favorite Pittsburgh rapper? Go right now. Whoever answers the question correctly, Skunky, adios amigo. 2 famous rappers in Pittsburgh. Name my favorite. Name my favorite famous rapper in Pittsburgh. The first one to answer the question correctly will win the $75 giveaway. So, dude, Andrew, my man, Andrew, bro, got that one correctly. No doubt. No offense to Wiz Khalifa, but Wiz Khalifa wasn't born in the city of Pittsburgh. But Mac Miller was, and RIP Mac Miller. So Andrew, congratulations, dude. You won the final giveaway. Irish, obviously, DM me because we'll talk about that first question. But congrats on Andrew. I know, Christopher, it's confusing as hell. But there we go. So it's going to be Mac Miller. Yeah, I know, Christopher. It's my giveaway, man. I can give away the cash whoever I want to. So I know it's a little confusing. A lot of the other ones were a lot easier, like how many championships did the Heat win, or how many championships did the Broncos win, right? But 2 famous rappers, that's my favorite one. No doubt about that. Mac Miller for sure. So appreciate that. All right, guys. If you answered one of the scores, hopefully your score hits. And for Ian and for Ken, hopefully your spreads hit. Again, guys, I don't always maybe run these giveaways the correct way, but I run them my way. That's all. So a lot of confusing on the other end, but appreciate you guys' support. Really appreciate everything that you guys do. We will be streaming tomorrow morning again at 9 a.m. We might do it tomorrow evening. We might do it tomorrow afternoon stream. We're going to get back to doing 2 streams a day when the NBA kind of comes back into the fold. I know I announced that earlier a couple weeks ago, but we're probably going to focus on like the morning streams for like football and NFL during the week, and then look for the evening streams for the NBA right before tip starts. That's how we're going to start to look at this when the NBA kind of comes back. So the end of this month, we're going to definitely get back to 2 streams. So tomorrow will probably be a 3 p.m. stream, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll look at some NFL player props for Thursday Night Football, and we'll look at some other stuff. But guys, thank you so much for the support. And we're looking to get to 10K. I know AM streams are solid for you, Irish. I know that, man. Try to mix in some AM streams during the week. Try to get some PM streams. Obviously, the biggest reason that we put the PM stream tomorrow for Thursday Night Football is we want to be placing player prop bets closer to kickoff, and that's going to help kind of mask our sharp edge, obviously, over there. No problem, Tyler. Andrew, make sure Andrew's at the top of the chat, but I'll say it again. Twitter or X is Collins_Billy. Email is Billy@oddsjam.com, or there it is. There it is for you, Andrew. Congratulations, though, dude, for winning it. And for everybody else, best of luck. And again, appreciate the support. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll do it at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Appreciate everyone interacting. And for the OGs and DGens, a special thanks. Ordy, thanks for gifting those memberships. Special thanks, though, to you guys from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate you. Love yous, or love yins, as we say. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.